y'all, so I'm in my kitchen this afternoon, so you'll have to forgive the mess. It's a lived-in kitchen. I make a big Sunday breakfast every Sunday morning, and so I cleaned it up a little bit, and then I wanted to get back to disassembling my winter project Featherweight, and I wanted to just update you on where I was. So, you know, last video I talked about bagging and tagging. So when you disassemble a machine, any machine, it's really good to do what I call bag and tag. It can be, doesn't have to be bags, it could be any type of small container, but you need to label it or tag it somehow. So let's talk about everything I've taken off of the Featherweight so far. I've got the needle bar and the needle bar clamp and the screw that's come off the machine, so it's gone. I've got the bobbin case assembly and 2 screws that go to it. I'm missing the gib hook screw from this machine, so that's something I've got on my list of things to purchase for the machine. So we do have that bobbin hook assembly out of the machine. I've got my stitch thread regulator and its screws out of the machine. You can see I got the little bar with a nut on there. And again, I've bagged and tagged everything. I've got my tension post and screw out. That's the tension post that goes right here. So that's it, and it's a little set screw. Right here, we've got the presser adjustment, or the pressure adjustment bar. Some people call it the presser foot adjustment, but that's came out through here. So I've got that bagged and tagged. I've got my feed dogs and their 2 screws. Feed dogs came right out of here. If you're wondering what's dripping out of the machine, I've got some screws that are seized up, and I'll talk to you about those later. I've got the lower presser bar assembly here and screw. Again, bagged and tagged. I've got the stop motion screw and washer, and it's set screw from right here. Bagged and tagged. I got the bobbin winder tension off, and its screw that came off right here, again, bagged and tagged. I've taken off the tension arm and spring and screw that were right down here, and that's what, when you pulled up the pressure foot lever, that would actuate and open your disc on your tension. I've got my whole tension assembly here, bagged and tagged. Needle bar, clamp, and guide. So this is my needle clamp and guide. I've got my bobbin winder, screw and washer right here that came off the machine right here. Got a couple more bags here. There's a lot of stuff. I've got my spool pin and my spool pin plate. Remember, you guys, I was talking about my little plastic spool pin somebody ingeniously added to this machine once the metal one popped off. That's on my inventory to replace. I've got my needle plate and its screws. See, my needle plate, I don't know if you can see it through the bag, but it's missing some chrome. So I'll have to decide if I'm going to fix that or replace that, or if I want to keep it as is. Here's my presser foot lever and its pin, bagged and tagged. I have right here the thumb screw and the foot for the machine. So that's as far as I have got with bag and tag. And I'll put those back in the box. And then I've got one more in here. Oh, I've got my my tray screws and washers for my tray. My tray's off and my hand wheel's off too. So I was working on a couple more things. I was working on getting the light bulb out of here, and I'll show that to you. the light bulb was literally just rusted in to the socket piece here. And let me just make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, it was literally rusted in here. So I did the little push down and turn and push down and turn and really tried to get it out of here. So I noticed anyway that my light housing was broken. My bakelite light housing was broken. So I was able to access this screw. So I got this screw off and I ended up popping the bulb off, and I sprayed some contact cleaner down in there real good once I got the bulb off. Let me show you what I got. Here's the little pin that, you know, usually you push in and you turn and then that'll slide out. There was so much rust. I kept tapping the light socket and I had so much rust coming out of there. You wouldn't have believed it. It was a mess. So what I did, once I got, there's a little screw. Let me show you. When this assembly is on here like this, and it's kind of lodged down in here, there's an opening here that your wires go over, and all this assembly, I don't know if you see, fits real neat. Tuck it down in there, and I probably can't do it while I'm on the video, but it tucks down in this socket, tucks down in here, and then your wire runs through here. There's another little screw here, which is this guy, that tightens all that up, and then it sits down in there. Well, I went ahead and slid this off. I took these two little screws out to take the pressure off the back of the terminals, and that allowed me to take my needle nose and get in there, and I just grabbed the bulb housing, since that's what I had left after I pulled the bulb out, and I pushed and I turned and it slid right out. So, you know, I know the Featherweight shop has the little rubber thing that you can put on the bulb and turn, but if your bulb is truly rusted in there, you're not going to get it out without a lot of work. So I was going to replace this with a LED bulb, so we're good to go there. So another thing I'm working on is we're going to paint this machine. So I need to get this take-up lever assembly out of here. So I've been doing some WD-40. I may try some liquid wrench later. I know a lot of people say don't use WD-40 because it's going to dry out the oils of the machine. Well, I'm planning on cleaning this machine and re-oiling it, so I'm not going to leave the WD-40 on it, so don't panic, people. I've got it under control. But I'm trying to loosen this screw here. This is your screw that you loosen, and it's not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's lefty-tighty, righty-loosey. So, and there's a set screw back here, but they are seized up. So I've been using the WD-40 and my trusty hair dryer. Yes, I'm a girl of the 80s, so I use a lot of hairspray, so there's all kinds of hairspray residue on my hair dryer. But I've been heating this up off and on and working with it. So that's where I am today. I think I remember telling you guys, it didn't come with a faceplate, and it didn't come with a motor, but I've got those two items on the way. I need the gib hook screw. I'm gonna need, I've got my drip pan tray coming and the screw for it. That's on the way. But I've still got to order that gib hook screw. I've got to have my foot pedal and the wiring for it, my plug. So that's something I'll work on later. I do need a bobbin case, but I'm not really worried about that because I can use the bobbin case from my other Featherweight, or my 301 will work on this machine. I do need a light switch for this machine, so that's something I've got to purchase. I'm going to get another bakelite 3-prong terminal because this one's broke on the bottom. And right here's that lamp wire, and the back side of that 3-prong terminal, that's where everything comes together. Your motor wire, your lamp wire, and then yeah, your motor wire and your lamp wire goes in here, and then you just plug it in. There's directions online for wiring these three-prong terminals, and there's also directions for rewiring your pedals, and I've done that with a Singer 66 and it worked out great. This is a little bit different than the 66 because the motor's different and this terminal's different. With the 66, I straight wired it into the motor, but it wires pretty much, it's the same way, the lamp, the motor, etc. Still got a lot of cleaning to do, but anyway, that's an update where I'm at today. And y'all have a blessed Sunday, and I'll talk to you later.